Chapter 1. The lie we've been told about discipline. Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, they must have something I don't? Let me take you to a moment. It's 5 a.m. The world is quiet. The sky is still dark. And somewhere, someone is lacing up their running shoes. Not because they feel like it, not because it's easy, but because they made a promise to themselves and they intend to keep it. That's discipline. But here's the problem. We've been lied to about what discipline really is. We're told it's punishment, restriction, a joyless grind. But what if I told you discipline isn't about suffering? It's about freedom, freedom from chaos, freedom from regret, freedom from the version of you that keeps sabotaging your own greatness. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was a talented musician. He had the gift, the ear, the soul, but he lacked one thing, consistency. He'd write a song, then disappear for months. He'd start a project, then abandon it halfway. He was brilliant but unreliable. Until one day, his mentor said something that changed everything. Talent will open the door. Discipline will keep you inside the room. Marcus began waking up at 6 a.m. He wrote for 1 hour every day. No excuses. He finished his first album in 90 days. And today, he's signed to a major label. Not because he was the most gifted, but because he was the most committed. Have you ever started something with fire and watched it fade? Here's the truth. Discipline is the bridge between intention and impact, between who you are and who you're becoming. In this talk, we're going to decode discipline, not as a punishment, but as a superpower. We'll explore how it shapes your mind, your habits, your relationships, and your legacy. We'll meet people who mastered it and changed their lives. And we'll learn how to build it step by step from the inside out. So if you've ever felt stuck, scattered, or self-sabotaging, this is for you. In Chapter 2, we'll explore how discipline rewires your brain and why it's the secret to lasting transformation. Ready to unlock your inner power? Let's go! Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 2. Rewiring the brain. How discipline shapes who you become. What if I told you that every act of discipline is literally reshaping your brain? Let's talk about the mind, not just thoughts. I mean the architecture of your brain, the neural pathways, the habits, the wiring. Because here's the truth. Discipline isn't just a decision. It's a design. Let me tell you about Aisha. Aisha was a writer, or at least she wanted to be. She had ideas, passion, a voice, but she couldn't finish anything. She started a chapter, then scroll Instagram. She'd plan a writing day, then binge Netflix. She felt stuck, lazy, broken, until she read something that changed her life. Your brain doesn't care what you want. It follows what you repeat. So Aisha made a radical choice. She committed to writing 500 words a day, no matter what, rain or shine, inspired or not. She showed up. At first, it was hard. Her brain resisted. Her body rebelled. But after 3 weeks, something shifted. She stopped negotiating with herself. She started craving the routine. She felt rewired. Today, Aisha has published 2 novels. Not because she's more talented, but because she trained her brain to follow through. Have you ever felt like your mind is working against you? Here's the science. Every time you repeat a behavior, you strengthen a neural pathway. It's like carving a groove in your brain. And the deeper the groove, the easier the habit. Discipline is the act of choosing your groove, of saying, I will not be ruled by impulse. I will be guided by intention. Think about athletes. They train their bodies, but they also train their minds. Think about monks. They meditate not just for peace, but for mastery. Discipline is brain architecture, and every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're building a mind that serves your future. So the next time you feel resistance, don't ask, why is this so hard? Ask, what am I building right now? Because your brain is listening, and every disciplined act is a brick in the foundation of your transformation. In Chapter 3, we'll explore how discipline creates freedom, and why structure is the secret to spontaneity. Ready to break free by showing up? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 3. Discipline creates freedom, the paradox that changes everything. Have you ever felt trapped by your own choices, only to realize you never had a system to support them? Let's talk about freedom. We crave it, we chase it, we define success by how free we feel. But here's the paradox. Freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want. It comes from doing what you said you would. Let me tell you about Diego. Diego was a freelance designer. He loved the idea of freedom. No boss, no schedule, no rules. But after 6 months, he was drowning. Deadlines missed, clients frustrated, sleep schedule destroyed. He felt overwhelmed. Ironically, the freedom he wanted had become a prison. Until he did something radical. He created a daily structure. Wake at 7. Design from 8 to 12. Lunch, work, emails. No work after 6. At first, it felt restrictive. But then, something shifted. He started finishing projects early. He had time for friends. He slept better. He felt free. Have you ever mistaken chaos for freedom? Here's the truth. Discipline is the container that holds your creativity. It's the structure that protects your energy. It's the rhythm that allows your life to sing. Think about jazz musicians. They improvise, but within a scale. Think about dancers. They express, but within choreography. Freedom without discipline is noise. Freedom with discipline is music. So the next time you resist routine, ask yourself, is my resistance protecting me or sabotaging me? Because the most powerful life isn't the one without rules. It's the one where you choose your rules and honor them. In Chapter 4, we'll explore how discipline builds self-trust and why keeping promises to yourself is the foundation of confidence. Ready to believe in yourself again? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 4. Self-trust, the confidence you build through discipline. Have you ever broken a promise to yourself and felt that quiet sting of disappointment? Let's talk about trust, not the kind you give to others. I mean the kind you build with yourself, the kind that whispers, I said I would, and I did. Because here's the truth, confidence isn't built in front of a mirror. It's built in the moments no one sees when you choose discipline over distraction. Let me tell you about Hannah. Hannah was a young entrepreneur. She had big dreams, bold ideas, and a beautiful pitch deck. But she had one problem. She didn't trust herself. She'd set goals and abandon them. She'd make plans and break them. She'd say, I'll start tomorrow, and never did. Until one day she asked herself, if I were my own employee, would I fire me? That question hit hard. So Hannah made a new kind of commitment, not to success, to integrity. She started small. Wake up at 6, write for 30 minutes, no phone until 9. And every time she kept a promise to herself, something shifted. She stood taller, spoke clearer, believed deeper, because self-trust isn't built by being perfect. It's built by being consistent. Have you ever doubted yourself? Not because you failed, but because you didn't follow through. Here's the truth. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at your confidence. But every time you honor it, you build a foundation that no one can shake. Think about athletes. They trust their bodies because they have trained them. Think about artists. They trust their instincts because they have shown up daily. Discipline is how you prove to yourself, I can count on me. So the next time you set a goal, don't just ask, can I achieve this? Ask, can I trust myself to show up? Because when you do, you become unstoppable. In Chapter 5, we'll explore how discipline protects your energy and why saying no is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect. Ready to guard your greatness? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 5. Guarding your energy. Discipline as a form of self-respect. Have you ever said yes to something and felt your soul whisper, no? Let's talk about energy, not just physical stamina. I mean emotional bandwidth, mental clarity, creative fire. Because here's the truth. You don't just lose time when you say yes to the wrong things. You lose yourself. Let me tell you about Min. Min was a rising executive, smart, driven, always available. He said yes to every meeting, every favor, every request. Why? Because he thought saying yes made him valuable. But slowly, he burned out. His creativity faded. His relationships suffered. He was exhausted and resentful until one day his mentor said, Min, your yes means nothing if you never say no. That hit hard. So Min made a shift. He started protecting his mornings. He declined meetings that didn't align. He stopped apologizing for boundaries. And guess what? He became more respected, more focused, more alive. Have you ever felt drained, not because you worked hard, but because you gave away your energy carelessly? Here's the truth. Discipline is not just about doing more. It's about choosing better. It's saying, I will not spend my energy on what doesn't serve me. I will not sacrifice my peace for approval. I will not betray myself for convenience. Think about Steve Jobs. He wore the same outfit every day, not because he lacked style, but because he protected his decision-making energy. Think about Serena Williams. She built routines that shielded her focus because she knew her greatness depended on it. Discipline is a filter. It helps you say, this matters, that doesn't, and in that clarity, you reclaim your power. So the next time someone asks for your time, your attention, your yes, pause. Ask yourself, is this aligned with who I'm becoming? Because your energy is sacred, and discipline is how you honor it. In Chapter 6, we'll explore how discipline strengthens relationships and why boundaries are the foundation of love, not the enemy of it. Ready to love without losing yourself? Let's go. Chapter 6, Boundaries and Belonging. Discipline in relationships. Have you ever said, I asked to someone you love while saying no to yourself? Let's talk about love, not just romance. I mean connection, friendship, family, partnership. Because here's the truth. Love without boundaries isn't love. It's dependency. It's exhaustion. It's erosion. Let me tell you about Lynn. Lynn was the yes person. She showed up for everyone. She answered every call. She gave, until she had nothing left. Her relationships looked beautiful from the outside, but inside she felt invisible. Until one day her therapist asked, Ling, what would happen if you said no and they stayed? That question cracked something open. So Lynn began practicing discipline in her relationships. She set boundaries. She said no to last-minute favors. She stopped over explaining her choices. And guess what? Some people left, but the ones who stayed, they saw her, respected her, loved her more deeply. Have you ever feared that boundaries would push people away? Here's the truth. Boundaries don't block love. They protect it. Discipline in relationships means I will not abandon myself to keep you. I will not sacrifice my peace for your comfort. I will not confuse guilt with generosity. Think about Michelle Obama. She speaks openly about how discipline, especially in communication and time, has strengthened her marriage and motherhood. Think about therapists. They hold space for others, but only because they protect their own. Discipline is how you say, I love you, and I love me too. So the next time you feel pulled in too many directions, ask yourself, am I showing up from fullness or from fear? Because the most powerful relationships aren't built on endless yeses. They're built on honest boundaries and mutual respect. In Chapter 7, we'll explore how discipline fuels purpose and why showing up daily is more powerful than waiting for motivation. Ready to move from inspiration to execution? Let's go. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 7, Purpose over Motivation. The power of showing up daily. Have you ever waited for motivation and watched your dreams collect dust? Let's talk about motivation. It's exciting. It's seductive. It's the spark that gets you started. But here's the truth. Motivation is unreliable. It's moody. It's fleeting. Discipline is the engine. It's the quiet force that keeps you going long after the spark fades. Let me tell you about Tuan. Tuan wanted to be a filmmaker. He had ideas, vision, passion. But he kept waiting for the right moment, the perfect camera, the perfect mood. Years passed. Ideas piled up. Nothing got made. Until one day, he read a quote that changed everything. Amateurs wait for inspiration. Professionals show up. So Tuan made a rule, film something, anything, every day. Even if it was just 30 seconds. Even if it was bad. And slowly, something shifted. He stopped waiting. He started creating. He built momentum. Today, Tuan runs a successful YouTube channel and has directed 2 short films. Not because he was always inspired, but because he was always committed. Have you ever told yourself, I'll start when I feel ready? Here's the truth. You won't always feel ready. You won't always feel inspired, but you can always choose to show up. Think about writers. They write through boredom, doubt, and fear. Think about athletes. They train on rainy days, tired days, hard days. Discipline is the decision to act regardless of emotion. It's saying, I don't need to feel like it. I just need to do it. And in that doing, something magical happens. Momentum builds, confidence grows, purpose deepens. So the next time you wait for motivation, ask yourself, what if showing up is what creates the motivation? Because the most powerful life isn't built on bursts of inspiration. It's built on daily devotion. In Chapter 8, we'll explore how discipline shapes identity and why your habits are the truest reflection of who you are. Ready to become the person your future needs? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 8, Identity Through Action, Becoming Who You Practice Being. What if I told you that who you are is simply what you repeat? Let's talk about identity. We think it's fixed, a personality type, a set of traits. But here's the truth. Identity is fluid. It's shaped by behavior. It's sculpted by repetition. Let me tell you about Nam. Nam used to say, I'm not a morning person. He'd sleep in. Miss workouts, rush through his day. He believed that was just who he was. Until one day, his coach said, Nam, you're not a morning person because you've never practiced being one. That hit hard. So Nam made a choice. He started waking up at 5:30 a.m. Not because it felt natural, but because it felt necessary. At first, it was brutal. But after 21 days, something shifted. He stopped saying, I'm not a morning person. He started saying, I'm someone who honors my mornings. And that changed everything. Have you ever labeled yourself based on your past? Here's the truth. You are not your habits, but your habits are shaping you. Discipline is how you rewrite your identity. It's how you say, I'm not just dreaming, I'm doing. I'm not just hoping, I'm becoming. Think about James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. He says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. So when you write daily, you're becoming a writer. When you train consistently, you're becoming an athlete. When you meditate each morning, you're becoming someone who values peace. Discipline is not just about results. It's about identity. It's how you become the person your future needs. So the next time you say, I'm not that kind of person, ask yourself, have I ever practiced being that kind of person? Because who you are is not a fixed point. It's a daily decision. In Chapter 9, we'll explore how discipline builds legacy and why the small things you do consistently will echo far beyond your lifetime. Ready to leave a mark that matters? Let's go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to watch new videos every day. Chapter 9, Legacy Through Discipline, the echo of your daily choices. What if I told you that the most important thing you'll ever build is invisible? Let's talk about legacy, not fame, not fortune. I mean the quiet impact you leave behind, the ripple effect of your choices. The echo of your habits, because here's the truth, your legacy isn't built in one moment. It's built in a million small ones. Let me tell you about Mr. Tyne. Mr. Tyne was a high school teacher in a small town. He wasn't famous. He didn't publish books. He didn't go viral, but he showed up every day, on time, prepared, present. He believed in his students, especially the ones who didn't believe in themselves. Years later, one of those students became a doctor, another a filmmaker, another a teacher. And when asked who changed their life, they all said Mr. Tyne, because he never gave up on us. Have you ever wondered if your daily discipline even matters? Here's the truth. It does. More than you know. Discipline is how you build a life that outlives you. It's how you create a story others will tell. It's how you leave behind not just achievements, but character. Think about Kobe Bryant. His legacy isn't just championships. It's his work ethic, his 4 a.m. workouts, his obsession with mastery. Think about Maya Angelou. Her legacy isn't just poetry. It's her discipline to speak truth again and again. Discipline is how you say, I might not be here forever, but my impact will be. So the next time you feel like skipping the hard thing, ask yourself, what kind of story am I writing today? Because legacy isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows where no one's watching, but you still show up. In Chapter 10, we'll bring it all together. and explore how discipline becomes a lifestyle, a philosophy, and a quiet revolution. Ready to live with intention every single day? Let's finish strong. Chapter 10, The Disciplined Lifestyle, Living with Intention Every Single Day. What if I told you that discipline isn't something you do, it's someone you become? Let's talk about lifestyle, not aesthetics, not routines for Instagram. I mean the way you move through the world, the way you make decisions, the way you show up. Because here's the truth, discipline isn't a phase, it's a philosophy. It's a quiet revolution. Let me tell you about Quyen. Quyen was a mother of two, a full-time nurse and a part-time student. Her life was chaos. She felt pulled in every direction. She barely had time to breathe. But one day she made a decision to live with intention. She didn't overhaul her life overnight. She started small, 10 minutes of journaling each morning, a weekly meal plan, a bedtime alarm to protect her sleep. And slowly, her life changed, not because she did more, but because she did what mattered. She says, discipline gave me back my life, not by adding things, but by aligning them. Have you ever felt like life is happening to you rather than through you? Here's the truth. Discipline is how you reclaim authorship. It's how you say, I choose my habits, I choose my focus, I choose my future. Think about monks. Their lives are simple, but deeply intentional. Think about elite performers. Their success isn't random, it's ritualized. Discipline is the difference between drifting and directing. It's not about rigidity, it's about rhythm. It's not about control. It's about clarity. So as we close this journey, I invite you to ask, what does a disciplined life look like for me? What habits honor my values? What boundaries protect my peace? What routines support my purpose? Because the most powerful life isn't the loudest. It's the most aligned. And discipline, it's not the enemy of joy. It's the foundation of it. So Kelvin, what will you choose to show up for tomorrow?